Sammy freaking Hagar.
That's me, brother. Listen, your people at the front desk trying to give me the runaround.
What's happened?
They say, hey, no, Terry's not here.
What?
Going,
I'm
what
right
the
here.
hell?
I'm right here, Sammy.
Oh, Terry, they were trying to, I guess, I don't know, do you owe me some money or something? I mean,
Probably. I love you, and I know interviews with radio stations are a pain in the ass, so we really appreciate it.
And Terry's
Thank you.
fond of coming in the back door, so
yeah,
they don't.
Okay.
They don't always see her. up
into
front.
the outdoor, huh? Yeah, well.
Sammy,
Okay, what can I do for you, ladies and gentlemen?
well, let's just jump right in. Sammy Hagar in the
I
circle.
thought we
coming
were
up.
already in.
We're in.
We are.
But I'm just going to get right to the nuts and bolts here, to the business end of this, and I'm talking about the Wayzata Beach Bash this weekend.
Whoa.
Yeah, you've got that going on with the band. Michael Anthony back together, Jason Bonham, Vic Johnson. What do you call this? But Sammy Hagar in the circle?
It's like the band that can play my whole career in one night and feel good about it. And then the bonus is we play a few Led Zeppelin songs because, Jason. And man, that's like, for me, that's just like, the dream set list. I go, you mean we can play when the levee breaks? I'm like going, got my hand in the air, Mother, may I? It's like, wow. It just feels so good to play those songs with Jason. And, we play enough early Sammy and Montrose, and we even play a Chickafoot tune every now and then.
Awesome.
We play a lot of Van Halen because they can't play the Van Hagar era anymore. So,
But here's what I'm excited about. Special guest, Don Felder.
I know it.
I don't know if you know where I'm headed with this, but heavy metal. I mean, tell me, please, Sammy, that there is a heavy metal duet with
oh
you
my
and Don.
God. I didn't know Don was on the show. See, you just broke the news.
Really?
Not only to me, but probably to everybody else on there. I don't know. But, hey, that's fantastic.
When you're doing a concert, I know this sounds weird, but the flu goes around. What do you do if you get sick? Do you just push through the wall, or do you
Terry,
have to? Yeah.
I'm going to break your neck for even bringing this up.
She's sick.
If anything makes me in a bad mood and depresses me, even to the point of saying, I can't do this anymore, I will never perform again, is when you walk out on stage and you can't friggin' sing. And the only time that happens to me is from, like, the flu or laryngitis or strep throat or something,
Right.
Which you get on the road from meet and greet, shaking hands with all these people, kissing girls and stuff, and, in the audience, I do a lot of that, I don't,
You're a trooper.
you don't know
Tequila.
how I kiss girls in the audience, or you don't know how I sing with a sore throat. I don't. It's it's the most embarrassing, messed up thing in the world, and it hasn't happened for years. Bang on wood.
Yeah.
And I party. I have a great time. I don't restrict myself from anything except for things that'll kill you. I just played Red Rocks. That 7,000 feet elevation, dry as a bone in the air. Everything going against the singer. And I sang fantastic. We filmed it for Access TV for my Rock and Roll Road Trip.
Wow.
Upcoming in the next seasons, next year, and recorded it. And I just listened to Dreams.
Oh my God! I was just going to ask about. I love that song. I could cry when I hear that song. It's so beautiful.
Oh, I agree. I almost cry when I sing it sometimes. You'd be surprised. I get choked up. And that and Eagles Fly, two songs that I actually, if I'm emotional and everything's going really great and the audience is singing along and people are crying, it tears me up, man. I'm the biggest softie in the world. But anyway, I sang great that night under the circumstances. So I'm going, hey, you Twin Cities, piece of cake, sea level, right? Is it below sea level?
No, I think
that's
Wayzata is
Florida.
about, I'm kind of an altitude nut, so I think Wayzata is about 950 feet above sea level.
You'll be
Well, that's
fine.
altitude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's humid here, though.
they call that the lead singer's altitude. You're in the sweet spot there.
Oh, yeah. And the humidity is the best thing in the world for a singer. Hey, let me tell you about Michael Anthony. Now, here, we've decided, I've given him a new name. Everyone, Matt Anthony has been his handle forever,
Yeah.
But with that, we're losing that. That's last year's model, baby. He is now Michael Denali Anthony. Denali. The high one. That's what it stands for, the high one. It's like the Indians call Mount...
The park.
What do they call it? Mount McKinley?
Mount
Yeah.
McKinley,
Yeah, they call it Mount Denali, the high one, right? So Mikey's new name, he's Denali, Michael Denali Anthony. He's the high one. He's high all the time.
Good for him.
Sammy,
He's the most fun guy anybody in the world could ever play with.
Really?
I got to tell you, Michael Anthony shows up on time, brings it like a mother, right? Sings his ass off, plays one of the best rock and roll bass players in history, and he doesn't argue with anybody about anything. He's always in a great mood. Gets a few pops in him. He starts having a lot of fun.
Just like Zep.
And come on, what more do you want? I mean, can you imagine getting fired from a band from being like too good and too nice all the time and having too much fun?
I'm glad you led us into that, Sammy.
No,
I wasn't
I led
sure if we were
you
going to
out
go
of
there. No. I got it. I got to, because we had so much. I don't know if fun was the word, but we really covered it, and our listeners got really involved. When you and Eddie had this thing, and you put together this passionate video response to some comments that Eddie Van Halen had made in an interview, I believe in Billboard, regarding Michael Anthony not being able to play bass and just not being.
He sang the background parts and all that stuff. I'm going, oh my God! Go to YouTube and watch the 2004 reunion tour and listen to Eddie sing on "When It's Love." There's some of them songs where he's singing the backgrounds, but I don't want to dog him because I'm so over dogging anybody in my life because there's no reason. But when you fire Michael Anthony and then try to justify it, it's like, I'm sorry, there's no way you're going to justify this because he's the best, he's the greatest. He doesn't get in the way. Like, if he was an asshole, that would be different. You know, a guy that comes in arguing with you every day. No. Michael shuts up. Whatever you want to do, Mikey does it. And he does it good.
Sammy, recently, I think it was the Oprah deal, you put out the olive branch there for Eddie and Alex. Have you heard anything back from the guys? Like, Sammy, we're coming down to Cabo, and we're going to tear it up.
I think it was a fig leaf. It wasn't an olive branch.
Was it a fig leaf?
It was a fig leaf. I took it from the other place and held it up here. And said, see, I'm naked. I'm free now.
Sammy, I got to ask you a question. We always ask this question. What is
You
the
always
weird?
ask.
I always ask it because I think it's funny. What is the weirdest lineup that you've been a part of in concert over the years, where you're like, "What are we doing together? We don't match. The crowd is going, what the? Why are you here?" What lineup was that?
If you read my book, in my history, the weirdest, most difficult show I ever had in my life was Madison Square Garden opening for Kiss back in '77.
That was
I'm
it?
telling you, it was brutal. Now, if I play with Kiss now, it'd be okay, but for some reason back then, nobody wanted to hear about Sammy Hagar. It was their first hometown gig, when they made it, and they sold out Madison Square Garden, and they sold out, like 4 nights or 3 nights or something, and I was on all 3, and I played one and said, I will not ever play with those guys again. But, that could happen now, but like I said, boy, then it was brutal. It was like, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sammy Hagar. What did I do?
The Bronx cheer, man.
The worst part about it was a '61 Stratocaster, and I busted it to pieces.
Oh.
And then I'm sitting in backstage with it, my hands all hanging over my legs, broken to pieces, crying. And Paul Stanley walks in and goes, "Dude, why did you do that?"
I picture him standing there in his makeup. Dude, why'd you do that?
Yeah. And I said, "Sorry, Tall Paul, but this tour's over, man."
Well, thank you so much, Sammy. I know I really appreciate you took the time out of your day to do this because they're not easy to do, these radio interviews.
Man, I'm just in my garden picking tomatoes, man.
Are you really?
I just was, absolutely.
Oh, my God, I love that. I have an orchard.
Oh, it's awesome, man. I'm home for 2 more days, so I'm making tomato sauce, man. I'm into living, man. You know what I mean?
Where are you?
I'm in Northern California, outside of San Francisco.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, we'll let you get back to the garden, Sammy. Wow, I can't believe I just said that. We're going to let Sammy Hagar get back to his garden.
I know,
right now.
love you
I love
even
it.
more. Thank you.
Okay, listen, Brian and Terry, you guys come on backstage now.
All right.
Show, and about a half hour before the show, Mikey and I start mixing cocktails. So you want to join us about then and have a couple cocktails with us. Let's just get that out of the way.
We'll see you at the Wyzetta Beach Bash.
Yeah,
so.
thank you, Sammy.
All right, bye-bye.